There is an ancient symbol, whispered about in mystical circles and etched onto the walls of forgotten temples. A serpent devouring its own tail, endless, unbroken, eternal. It has appeared across cultures, in the visions of alchemists, the philosophies of sages, and the dreams of those who seek hidden knowledge. But what does it truly mean? Is it just an emblem of infinity, or does it conceal a deeper truth? One that holds the key to understanding existence itself? The Ouroboros is more than just a symbol. It is an enigma, a paradox, a riddle woven into the fabric of reality. It is life and death, destruction and rebirth, chaos and order, forever consuming and renewing itself. It represents the cycle of time, the unity of opposites, and the secret path of transformation hidden in plain sight. But to truly grasp its meaning, we must venture beyond the surface, peeling away the layers of history, philosophy, and esoteric wisdom. We will journey through the ancient civilizations that revered it, explore the mystical doctrines that shaped its significance, and uncover how this powerful symbol can illuminate our own lives in ways we never imagined. In this video, we will unravel the hidden mysteries of the Ouroboros, its origins, its deeper esoteric meaning, and how it offers a profound insight into personal transformation and spiritual awakening. Prepare to see reality in a new light, as we decode one of the most powerful and enduring symbols of all time. Are you ready to step into the eternal cycle? The Ouroboros is one of the oldest and most enduring symbols known to humankind, appearing in various forms across cultures, religions, and mystical traditions for thousands of years. Its origins stretch so far back into antiquity that no single civilization can claim ownership of it. Instead, it has been rediscovered and reinterpreted over and over again, like the endless cycle it represents. Ancient beginnings. The first known depiction of the Ouroboros comes from ancient Egypt, where it was inscribed in the tomb of Tutankhamun around 1300 BCE. In Egyptian mythology, the serpent was associated with Adamare, the primordial god, who both created and consumed existence. The Ouroboros here symbolize the concept of an eternal return, the universe continually collapsing and being reborn. The image was later adopted by the Greeks, particularly in the mystical teachings of Hermeticism and alchemy. The famous Greek alchemist Zosimos of Panopolis, 3rd century CE, described it as a representation of unity, the merging of opposites, and the alchemical process of transformation. In Norse mythology, we find echoes of the Ouroboros in the form of Jormungandr, the great serpent that encircles the world and holds its own tail in its mouth. It is said that when Jormungandr releases its tail, Ragnarok, the end of the world, will begin. This connects the symbol to themes of cosmic balance, destruction, and rebirth. A symbol of paradox. The Ouroboros is more than just a representation of infinity. It embodies a profound philosophical paradox. How can something be both creator and destroyer, beginning and end, one and many at the same time? This paradox is central to the Taoist concept of yin and yang, where opposing forces are interconnected and interdependent. The serpent consuming itself represents the endless interplay of opposites, life and death, light and dark, creation and decay. The famous Latin phrase often associated with the Ouroboros, hen to pan, nu tau pi nu, translates to the all is one. This phrase encapsulates the mystical teaching that all things are interconnected, that duality is an illusion, and that reality is a seamless, ever-flowing whole. The Ouroboros in alchemy. In Western alchemy, the Ouroboros is a key emblem of the great work, the process of spiritual and material transformation. The alchemists believe that, just as the Ouroboros consumes itself, the individual must undergo an inner death and rebirth to achieve enlightenment. This is closely related to the philosopher's stone, the legendary substance that could transmute base metals into gold and grant eternal life. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist, saw the Ouroboros as a symbol of the process of individuation, the integration of the unconscious and conscious self. He believed it represented the psyche's ability to regenerate itself, just as the snake sheds its skin to emerge anew. A map of the universe and the soul. Across cultures and centuries, the Ouroboros has been seen not just as a symbol, but as a blueprint of reality itself. It represents the cyclical nature of time, the self-sustaining nature of existence, and the eternal journey of the soul. It reminds us that life is not linear. It is an endless cycle of endings and new beginnings. But what does this mean for us today? How can we apply this ancient wisdom in our own lives? To understand the deeper spiritual significance of the Ouroboros, we must go beyond history and philosophy and into the very core of its message, and that's what we'll explore in the next section. The Ouroboros is more than just an ancient symbol. It is a profound metaphysical key, holding within it the secret to understanding the nature of existence, the cycles of life, and the path to personal transformation. At first glance, it appears simple, a serpent consuming its own tail. But beneath this image lies a hidden blueprint of reality, a symbol that bridges science, spirituality, and the deepest mysteries of the human psyche. 1. The Ouroboros as a symbol of eternal return. One of the most fundamental meanings of the Ouroboros is the concept of eternal return, the idea that existence is cyclical rather than linear. This is reflected in nature, history, and even our own lives. Consider the seasons. Spring gives birth to new life, summer brings its peak, autumn begins the decline, and winter marks an end, only for the cycle to begin again. This same pattern is mirrored in the cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, both on a cosmic scale and within our personal experiences. Even in physics, the law of conservation of energy states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only transforms. Matter recycles, galaxies are born and collapse, and even time itself may be an endless cycle, as suggested by some cosmological theories. The Ouroboros is a cosmic reminder that everything repeats, yet nothing stays the same. It asks us, are we trapped in endless loops, or can we transcend them? 2. The Ouroboros and the alchemical process. In alchemy, the Ouroboros represents the unification of opposites, a crucial step in the transformation of the self. The serpent eating its tail signifies the idea that destruction and creation are not separate forces, but rather one and the same. This is why alchemists often place the Ouroboros at the center of their great work, the process of turning lead into gold. But this was never just about literal gold. It was about spiritual transformation, refining the soul into its highest state. Carl Jung interpreted the Ouroboros as a symbol of psychological integration. He saw it as an archetype of self-renewal, a process where we shed old identities, embrace change, and emerge transformed, just as the serpent sheds its skin. Think about your own life. How often have you experienced endings that were really beginnings? How many times have you destroyed old beliefs, habits, or identities only to become something greater? This is the essence of the Ouroboros. It consumes the past to give birth to the future. 3. The Ouroboros and consciousness expansion. The Ouroboros is not just about cycles, it is about levels of awareness. While it may represent an endless loop, it also offers a path to transcendence. Imagine a snake consuming its tail in an endless circle. Now, picture this circle slowly expanding, spiraling upward instead of remaining flat. This is the journey of consciousness. Each cycle is not a repetition, but an evolution. Ancient spiritual traditions teach that as we move through life cycles, we have a choice. Remain trapped in unconscious patterns, repeating mistakes and illusions. Break free by learning from each cycle, growing, and ascending to higher levels of awareness. The Ouroboros asks us to wake up, to recognize the patterns that shape our thoughts, emotions, and actions. It challenges us to ask, what cycles am I repeating unconsciously? How can I transform these cycles into stepping stones for my evolution? This is the hidden power of the Ouroboros. It is not just about what happens in life, but how we choose to respond. Now, we will go even deeper, exploring the hidden layers of the Ouroboros, its connection to divine wisdom, and how we can use its knowledge to master our own existence. We have seen how the Ouroboros represent cycles, transformation, and consciousness expansion, but its secrets run even deeper. This ancient symbol is a key to understanding the nature of reality itself and our place within it. Let's now explore its connection to divine wisdom, the illusion of separation, and the ultimate path to spiritual mastery. 1. The Ouroboros and the illusion of duality. At first glance, The Ouroboros appears to be both one and two, a single being that is also divided, as the head and tail seem to be separate. This paradox reflects one of the deepest mysteries of existence, the illusion of duality. In many esoteric traditions, the world is seen as a play of opposites, light and dark, creation and destruction, life and death, consciousness and the unconscious. But the Ouroboros reveals that these opposites are not separate, they are part of the same whole. Just as the snake's head and tail are actually one body, so too are all things in existence part of a singular, unified reality. This understanding is echoed in Advaita Vedanta, where the concept of non-duality teaches that the separation between self and universe is an illusion. It is also present in Taoism, where the yin-yang symbol mirrors the Ouroboros, two forces in eternal motion, each containing the seed of the other. By meditating on the Ouroboros, we begin to see through the illusion of separation, recognizing that the boundaries between self and other are illusions of the mind. 2. The Ouroboros as the path to ultimate knowledge. In mystical traditions, the Ouroboros is often associated with secret knowledge, a symbol understood only by those who have transcended ordinary perception. One of the most profound interpretations comes from Hermeticism, where the Ouroboros represents the ultimate secret of the Emerald Tablet. As above, so below. As within, so without. This phrase reveals that the microcosm and the macrocosm are reflections of each other, that understanding oneself is the key to understanding the universe. The Ouroboros teaches us that the answers we seek externally about the universe, the divine, and the nature of existence are already within us. The journey of the snake consuming its tail is the journey of self-discovery, in which the seeker eventually realizes that they have been both the question and the answer all along. 3. The final secret, transcending the Ouroboros. The final mystery of the Ouroboros is this. It is not just a symbol of cycles, it is also a symbol of transcendence. While the snake at first seems trapped in an endless loop, the wise initiate understands that the goal is not to remain within the cycle, but to break free from it. This is the spiritual path. At first, we are unaware, repeating patterns unconsciously. Then, we become aware, recognizing the cycles of our thoughts, emotions, and karma. Finally, we transcend, no longer bound by the illusion of repetition, but moving toward higher states of being. The Ouroboros is not just a symbol of eternity, it is a map to liberation. It shows us the path from ignorance to wisdom, from entrapment to enlightenment. The key takeaway: how will you use this knowledge? Now that we have uncovered the hidden layers of the Ouroboros, the question remains: what will you do with this knowledge? Will you continue repeating unconscious cycles? Or will you use the wisdom of the Ouroboros to break free, grow, and evolve? Next, we will explore practical ways to apply the teachings of the Ouroboros in your daily life, so that you can use its power not just as a symbol, but as a tool for transformation. How to use the Ouroboros symbol in your life. Now that we have uncovered the profound meanings behind the Ouroboros, the question remains: how can we apply its wisdom in our daily lives? Understanding a symbol is one thing, but integrating its lessons into our thoughts, actions, and spiritual practice is where true transformation happens. In this section, we will explore 3 powerful ways to use the Ouroboros as a tool for self-awareness, inner alchemy, and personal evolution. 1. Recognizing and breaking personal cycles. The Ouroboros teaches us that life moves in cycles, and within those cycles are patterns that shape our behaviors, relationships, and emotions. Think about the repeating patterns in your own life. Do you find yourself drawn to the same types of relationships, even when they are unhealthy? Do you struggle with habits that seem impossible to break? Do you face recurring emotional struggles, as if trapped in a loop? The first step to breaking a cycle is recognizing it. Journaling. Write down recurring situations in your life. Look for patterns. Meditation. Reflect on past choices. Where do you keep making the same mistake? Mindfulness. Become aware of your reactions. What triggers old habits? Once you see the cycle clearly, you can start to change your response, stepping off the wheel of repetition and choosing a new path. 2. Using the Ouroboros for inner transformation, alchemy of the self. In ancient alchemy, The Ouroboros represented the great work, the process of transforming base materials into gold. But this was not just about physical metals. It was a metaphor for transforming the self. We all carry shadow aspects, fears, doubts, past traumas that hold us back. The Ouroboros reminds us that transformation happens when we confront and integrate these parts of ourselves. Try these self-alchemy techniques. Shadow work. Explore your hidden fears. Ask yourself, what emotions or memories do I avoid? Affirmations. Use powerful statements like, I embrace all parts of myself and grow through my experiences. Breathwork and visualization. Picture yourself shedding old layers, like a snake shedding its skin. The true power of the Ouroboros lies in its ability to help us transmute suffering into wisdom, mistakes into lessons, and challenges into strength. 3. The Ouroboros as a meditation tool. Since ancient times, mystics and sages have meditated on the Ouroboros as a gateway to higher consciousness. You can use the Ouroboros in meditation to expand awareness beyond duality, deepen understanding of life's interconnectedness, cultivate inner peace by embracing the eternal flow of existence. Simple Ouroboros meditation. 1. Find a quiet space and sit comfortably. 2. Visualize a glowing Ouroboros encircling your body, energy, or mind. 3. Focus on your breath, inhaling as the energy flows one way, exhaling as it completes the cycle. 4. Reflect on cycles in your life. Where are you growing? Where are you resisting? 5. Allow insights to arise naturally, without judgment. Doing this practice regularly will help you navigate life with more awareness, acceptance, and wisdom. Final thought. Becoming the Ouroboros. At its deepest level, the Ouroboros teaches us not just to observe life's cycles, but to master them. By recognizing our repetitive patterns, embracing transformation, and using meditation to connect with the flow of life, we begin to see that we are not just participants in existence, we are creators of it. The ultimate secret is this: you are the Ouroboros. The question is, will you stay trapped in the loop, or will you learn to move beyond it? Now, we will summarize the key insights and leave you with a powerful call to action for your journey ahead. The Ouroboros and your journey. The Ouroboros is far more than an ancient symbol. It is a blueprint for existence, a reflection of your own inner world, and a key to unlocking profound wisdom. We began by exploring its mystical origins, from ancient Egypt to alchemy, from Norse mythology to Taoist philosophy. We uncovered how it represents the infinite cycle of creation and destruction, the duality of existence, and the process of inner transformation. Then, we broke down its deeper esoteric meanings, seeing how it mirrors our own life patterns, the alchemy of the self, and the balance of opposites. Most importantly, we discovered that the Ouroboros is not just a concept to understand. It is a lesson to live by. Through self-reflection, shadow work, meditation, and conscious action, we can step beyond the cycles that limit us and become the architects of our own destiny. But the journey doesn't end here. Every time you see the Ouroboros, let it remind you, where am I repeating the past? What part of me needs transformation? How can I embrace both endings and new beginnings? Because the ultimate secret of the Ouroboros is this: it is not just a symbol you observe, it is a force you embody. And once you master its wisdom, you will never see the world the same way again. If this exploration has opened your mind, take the next step. Reflect, meditate, transform. And if you want to dive even deeper into the hidden wisdom of ancient symbols, mysteries, and spiritual insights, subscribe to the channel and join us on this journey of enlightenment. Let me know in the comments, what does the Ouroboros mean to you? Have you noticed its cycles in your own life? Until next time, keep seeking, keep evolving, and remember, you are the Ouroboros. Before you leave, I have one more powerful secret to share with you. One that could change the way you experience reality itself. For centuries, mystics, sages, and enlightened beings have whispered of a hidden force, a key that unlocks higher consciousness, inner peace, and even supernatural abilities. But this isn't some ancient legend. It's something you can access right now. Imagine waking up every day with unshakable clarity, feeling your mind expand beyond its limits. Imagine tapping into a hidden energy that allows you to shape your life, manifest your desires, and dissolve every mental barrier holding you back. What if I told you that this powerful transformation is waiting for you, hidden in the simple practice of meditation? But what really happens when you meditate daily? There are things they don't tell you. The strange experiences, the scientific revelations, the hidden dangers, and the mystical awakenings. If you're ready to unlock the truth, click on this video now. What really happens when you meditate daily? The journey to your highest self begins here. Don't miss it.